Instagram has just released a wave of updates, and some of them are honestly game changers for creators, businesses, and anyone who uses the platform to grow their brand. Instagram rolls out updates all the time, right? Some barely matter, but this round is different because we're talking about features that could directly impact your visibility, your engagement, and even how you make money. So in today's video, I'm going to break down everything you need to know about Instagram's most important updates for September 2025. We'll go in order of importance. I'll share what's new, why it matters, and how to actually use it for growth. You want to stay ahead of Instagram updates so you're not playing catch up 6 months later. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. The biggest update by far is reposts. Here's how it works. You can now repost public reels and posts to your own feed. They'll show up for your followers, and Instagram even created a whole new tab on your profile just for reposts. Why is this huge? Because reposts mean reach. If someone reposts your content, it now has a chance to show up in their followers' feeds, even people who don't follow you. That's exposure you didn't have before. Let's imagine you're a small business owner. You post a reel about your product, a customer loves it, and they repost it. Suddenly, all their friends and followers see your reel in their repost feed. That reel could get shared and shown to people that follow them. That's free distribution you didn't have to pay for. This is different than a share. You'll remember that a few months ago, Adam Mosseri, head of Instagram, said that one of the most important signs to the algorithm that it is a good piece of content are shares, because that's how people are using Instagram right now. They see great content and they want to share it with a friend. And so they will hit the share button. When you hit the share button, you can reshare to your stories, or you can share to a DM, or you can text it out to someone, or send it to a group DM. But when that happens, if you share it to your stories, then it is shared for 24 hours and then it's gone. If you share it to a DM, only those people you send it to are going to see it. So there's limited reach when you share. It has to go to a specific person or a specific group of people. Now what you can do with this repost is they've added a new feed. It's the repost feed. So you can repost content. It lives there so people can see it long term. It also pushes that content you repost out to your followers. And for creators, this levels up the shareability factor. It's not just about your content being saved or liked. Now it can actually live on someone else's profile and continue to work for you. Let's take a look at what that actually looks like on Instagram so that you can see the new feed. You'll see right here the arrows that are going in a circle. That's my repost feed. I haven't really reposted much because I want to show you how to do it. Let's say I'm going into my content and I see a piece of content that makes sense for me, so maybe from Flowdesk. So if I hit the reshare button, now I'm going to go back. I'm going to show you what it looks like in my feeds. It's right there now in that feed. What's the strategy here? What should we be reposting? This is what a lot of people have been asking me. The strategy with reposts is to do it intentionally. When I am scrolling on Instagram, sometimes I have my business hat on and I'm looking for business stuff and what's trending, and sometimes I'm just there for entertainment. You need to decide what is the purpose of your feed right now and what part of your brand do you want the reshare feed to be. Is this where your funny things are going to live? Or is it an extension of your niche, maybe stuff that you don't post about because it's not directly under your niche, but it is still serving the same people? This is actually the one that I recommend. I teach people how to grow on Instagram. I do not teach people the legal aspect of growing a business, right? That's not in my wheelhouse, but I have friends who do teach that, or I have people that I follow who do teach that. If there is something that makes sense for my audience and serves them in a different way than I can serve them, then I am going to repost that to my repost feed, because I'm never going to create content like that, right? When I do that, it also builds my connection with people who are in my industry, who are serving the same audience I'm serving. I would consider that when you are trying to decide what to repost as a business, because we don't want it to just be random. We don't want to just post whatever we're sharing with a friend. One more thing you can do when you're resharing something is when you share it, you can hold it down and you can write a little note. You can see that I have that little note at the bottom. It even showed up in my profile feed. Maybe you've reposted things and you're like, oh, this doesn't really fit me anymore. You can actually just hit the repost again and it takes it off your feed. So it's super easy to do that. Now, I know what some of you are thinking. Won't this make Instagram messy? Like everyone reposting the same thing? Maybe. But remember, Instagram always credits the original creator. So if your reel goes viral through reposts, you're the one benefiting the most. I want to know, would you use reposts more as a creator, hoping your stuff spreads, or as a consumer, sharing what you like? I want to know, comment below. Just know that right now, Instagram awards early adopters. It's going to take a little bit for people to adopt looking at someone's repost feed. I think what this is more going to be used for, especially at the beginning, is when someone reposts something, that it pushes that post out to people who follow that person pretty closely. So I would start doing this now and start testing it out, because social media always rewards early adopters, and because there's less competition because it's new. This doesn't have to take a lot of time, but something to implement soon. Number 2 is the Instagram map. This is a pretty bold move from Instagram because it combines location sharing with social content. Here's what it looks like. You can opt in to share your live location with friends, and in return, you can see what your friends and favorite creators are posting from different spots. Think concerts, restaurants, or local events. Now, before you panic, this is optional. Instagram gave a ton of controls. You choose who sees your location, everyone, just close friends, or no one. You can turn it off at any time. Parents can get notified if their teens start using it. And here's the kicker, even if you don't share your own location, you can still explore content from the map. If you're curious about what's happening in your city, you can open the map and find reels or stories tagged nearby. How is this actually going to be used? Well, I suspect, because I have teens in my household, that teens are already sharing their location with friends. It's happening in my house, and they just share their location. Instagram is making it easier to do that. For people who are using it, this might be something that they are going to use. Where I see business using this strategically are for local events or for local businesses, because we actually want people to have more information, more content around our local business, right? Or our event. And so if you're at a conference, then that conference could ask you to create content and tag where it is, so that it would help you connect with the people that are there. And also, people who are curious can look and see the content that's being made there. Why does this matter for creators? Because local visibility just got a boost. If you're a restaurant, a shop, or even an event organizer, being tagged on the map could mean discoverability from people nearby who never would have found you otherwise. For creators, this is another way to build community. Imagine hosting a pop-up or a live event and letting your audience discover it through the map. It's Instagram's attempt at blending the digital and physical world. On the list is the Friends tab in Reels. So are you noticing a theme? Instagram is really trying to build more community and more ways to connect with our friends. This tab shows you what Reels your friends are interacting with, what they're liking, commenting on, or even creating. Think about it. One of the biggest drivers of virality is social proof. If I see 3 of my friends liked a certain reel, I'm way more likely to click it. That's exactly what this tab does. You also get some privacy controls here. You can hide your own likes and mute certain activity if you don't want to broadcast your every move. This is what the Reels feed usually looks like, and this is the Friends tab feed. So you can see that there are differences, and the content's going to be different. It's also going to be interesting. So this is also something to pay attention to as you're interacting and engaging with content. Especially as a business account, you need to be careful, right? Because those who are following you are now going to be able to see the kind of content they're interacting with. Next up is Meta AI voice translation. This one might quietly be the most powerful. It's AI voice translation for Reels. So right now it's rolling out with English to Spanish. And here's the magic, it's not just captions. The AI actually translates your voice and lip syncs it. Is that crazy? What world are we living in? All right. That means you can record in English and your Spanish-speaking audience will see your lips moving in Spanish, which is bananas, right? That is crazy. For creators, this is a huge opportunity to grow internationally. If your content has universal appeal, AI just removed a major barrier. And I do want you to think about this, because if you look at the map at who you're reaching, there is going to be a correlation to people who could speak your same language. So English speakers, right? They've been trying for a while to change this. You can click a button and then the caption is translated to Spanish or whatever. And now it is making it so it's moving your lips to actually speak a different language. And this just greatly increases your reach. I mean, huge, right? This is bananas. That they can do this in a way that feels natural. So this one is pretty big. Next up is new Reels analytics. I love anytime Instagram gives us more analytics because it gives us a clue of what's important to the algorithm. Now when you go to your insights, you're going to have a lot more options. You have this retention chart that shows exactly when viewers stop watching your video. You'll also see a new metric called skip rate, and this is the percentage of people who swiped away in the first 3 seconds. Here's why this matters. If you notice people are dropping off at second 4, you know your hook needs work. It's data that helps you adjust in real time. It also is showing when people are interacting and engaging with your reel. So you'll see when people liked your reel. Was it at the beginning, in your hook, or was it at the end when they finished watching your reel? So always look at your analytics. They are changing all the time on Instagram and can give you new insight on what's working, when it's working, and how you can adjust your content to make it even better. All right, this is another update I love. There's so many good ones. You can now connect multiple reels together into a sequence. This is huge for storytelling or for series. Having an Instagram series is so big right now. Imagine doing a part 1, part 2, part 3, but instead of hoping people stumble on the next one or have to go to your feed to search through it, you can link them together. It's not a link to outside of Instagram, it's a link to another reel. So travel vloggers, educators, storytellers, this is the update for you. I just did a series called 30K in 30 days where I had 3 different types of reels. I taught how to go viral, I taught how to take people from followers to buyers, and I did some strategies. So I had 3 series going on all month. With this, I could now link all of those series together, right? I could have all of the ones that talk about strategy linked at once. This is a big deal, and it's going to make your content last longer because you can connect it and make it easy for viewers to binge your content. All right, let's do a lightning round of smaller but fun updates. Music notes with lyric. Instagram notes can now show scrolling lyrics. Brands can highlight promotions. E-commerce shops can feature weekly promotions on their profile. Virtual pets. Yes, you can now have an AI-powered pet for your avatar. This is taking me back to junior high when we had those little gigapets or something. Ooh. Anyway, editing tools, more fonts, snapping features, safe zones so your text isn't hidden behind buttons, and draft sharing. Live photos and grid coming soon. You'll be able to post live photo loops just like on iPhone. Meta AI ad tools, next generation and translation for advertising. Last in the lightning round is Meta AI ad tools. This is going to help you with translation for advertisers. If this was helpful to you, make sure that you are subscribed below. And I want to know, what was your favorite update? If you're not seeing your features yet, remember, Instagram rolls out updates in phases. To get them early, you need to keep your app updated. Make sure that your Instagram app is updated, and before you update your app, make sure that your drafts are saved because you could potentially lose those when it's updated. The second way to do that is join Instagram's beta program, turn on automatic updates, and follow Instagram's official accounts for announcements. Be patient. Sometimes it takes a few weeks for new features to hit your account. That's Instagram's latest updates for the beginning of September 2025. If you take away just 2 things, reposts are going to change visibility for creators, and Reels analytics will make your content sharper if you use the data. Now, I want to know, which of these updates are you most excited about? If this video was helpful, like, subscribe, and share it with a friend who's trying to keep up with Instagram. And if you want more strategies on how to actually use these updates to grow your business, check out my other videos on content planning and Instagram growth. All right, my friends, thank you for being here. If you want more updates like this, make sure that you like, subscribe, and share. We'll see you next time.